What if I told you that committing the perfect murder wasn't enough for her? What if I told you that after hiring a hitman to kill her husband, she had to hire another hitman to silence the first one? And what makes this case truly disturbing isn't just the greed, or the lies, or the bodies left behind. It's how close she came to getting away with everything. This is Crime Line, and this is the true story of a woman who turned murder into a business plan. Our story begins in California in the late 1980s. The woman at the center of it all was named Mary Ellen. She was about 39 years old, and on the surface, she looked like someone living the American dream. She had money, she had businesses, she had status, but beneath that polished exterior was someone deeply driven by one thing: greed. Mary Ellen was in the middle of a bitter divorce from her husband, Bob. Bob wasn't just some average guy. He was a successful Hollywood camera operator, someone who worked on major films like The Color Purple, Beverly Hills Cop 2, and Short Circuit. He had a solid career, a steady income, and most importantly, he had life insurance. A lot of it, and Mary Ellen wanted every dollar. Because to Mary Ellen, divorce wasn't enough. She didn't just want to leave Bob. She wanted to erase him. In 1988, Mary Ellen made a decision that would change multiple lives forever. She decided her husband needed to die. Not out of rage, not out of passion, but for profit. If Bob were gone, she would collect a life insurance payout worth nearly $500,000. She would also gain full control of the Subway restaurant the couple owned together. But there was a problem. Mary Ellen wasn't a killer, so she needed someone who was willing to do the dirty work. Her first attempt was clumsy. She approached a drug dealer she knew, a shady guy she thought might be desperate enough. She straight up told him the plan. She wanted Bob dead for the money, but surprisingly, even the drug dealer said no. That should have been the end of it. But Mary Ellen wasn't done. Her second attempt was far more calculated. Mary Ellen had a teenage daughter, and that daughter was dating an older man named Jimmy. Jimmy was reckless, unstable, easily manipulated, and Mary Ellen knew exactly how to use that. She lied. She told Jimmy that Bob had been sexually abusing her daughter, that he was dangerous, that he needed to be stopped. The lie worked. Jimmy became furious. Mary Ellen then offered him money to take care of it. And Jimmy agreed. He didn't see himself as a killer. He saw himself as a hero. One night, Jimmy went to Bob's apartment. Bob was asleep, defenseless. Jimmy broke in quietly, crept into the bedroom, and struck Bob with a blunt object. Then, he fired the gun. Bob never woke up. 2 days later, Mary Ellen showed up at Bob's apartment. She screamed. She cried. She discovered the body. Police arrived, but something didn't add up. Nothing was missing. No forced robbery, no stolen wallet. This wasn't random. This was execution. And yet, Mary Ellen walked free. Mary Ellen collected the insurance money, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And she spent it fast. Fur coats, jewelry, cocaine, limousines, male strippers, a brand new Porsche. She threw massive parties. She lived like someone who believed she was untouchable. But one problem remained. Jimmy, the man who pulled the trigger, the man who knew everything. Mary Ellen became paranoid. What if Jimmy talked? What if he bragged? What if he slipped up? So she made another decision. Jimmy had to die too. She found another man, Paul Gall. Another shady connection. Another liar. She told Paul that Jimmy was harassing her, blackmailing her, threatening her life. Paul agreed to help. What Mary Ellen didn't know was that Paul already knew Jimmy. Paul lured Jimmy into a car under the pretense of committing a robbery. But it was a setup. While driving, Paul slammed on the brakes. A second man grabbed Jimmy from behind. Together, they string-led him. Jimmy's body was dumped in a canyon. Mary Ellen believed the last loose end was gone. She thought she'd won, but the past always catches up. Remember the drug dealer? The one who said no. 5 months later, he went to the police. He told them to look at Jimmy. Police discovered Jimmy had vanished. Then they found his body. Then phone records, calls to Mary Ellen. Everything started to collapse. Police searched Mary Ellen's home. What they found was chillin'. A photograph, Mariella, naked, covered in stacks of Bob's life, insurance money, a trophy. A confession without words. Mary Ellen was arrested, so was Paul Gall. At trial, the truth came out, the lies, the manipulation, the greed. Mary Ellen was convicted and sentenced to death. Later, that sentence was commuted to life without parole. Paul Gall received 15 years to life. Mary Ellen thought murder was a shortcut to wealth. Instead, it became her life sentence, because no matter how many people you silence, the truth always speaks. This is Crime Line, and this was one of the coldest murder for money plots in American history.